A complete meltdown inside European diplomatic circles, a shifting baseline of economic control over West Africa, and the French president desperately trying to rewrite history before the entire continent walks away for good. Welcome back. You're watching The Global Observer. A sharp diplomatic confrontation over African wealth and sovereignty is officially taking place live in front of the global audience today. French President Emmanuel Macron has just launched into a highly defensive narrative regarding the future of the Sahel region. Think of these sudden verbal attacks like a brokenhearted ex-partner going on television interviews to frantically save face after a highly publicized breakup. Speaking at the recent France-African summit, the French leader put forward a series of political fleet arguments meant to change the true reality of economic extraction, from pushing deceptive new corporate investment rules to downplaying massive street protests. France is working overtime to dodge its historic colonial blame. Tonight, we break down the secret mechanics of the modern currency trap, the total rejection of European military interference, and the powerful Black freedom movement that refuses to trust Paris ever again. To see exactly how this deep diplomatic desperation works on the ground, you must look at how Europe attempts to control the flow of new wealth into Africa. Macron opened his presentation by arguing that current European financial rules are too strict. Dear viewers, he made outside investors too scared to put their money into the African continent. To fix this, he proposed a brand new economic policy called to guarantee mechanisms. Think of this setup like a giant corporate insurance policy where European governments promise to pay back rich foreign companies if their African businesses fail. On paper, it sounds like a helpful gesture, but in reality, it is a clever rebranding of total economic control. By acting as the official protector of the money, Europe gets to dictate the exact political terms and conditions of every single development project. It protects the financial interests of outside corporations while treating local African markets like a playground for foreign extraction. As the structure over structural development deepens, the highly explosive debate over the colonial currency is pushing the entire system on a breaking point. The French leader quickly turned the conversation toward the highly controversial West African currency system known as the CFA franc. Macron proudly claimed that France completely reformed this monetary system back in 2019 by removing old rules and giving local nations the choice to manage their own money. He argued that since African leaders choose to keep the French financial guarantee, any continued lack of economic independence is entirely their own fault. But this argument is a total illusion that completely ignores how the banking machinery actually operates in real time. The CFA franc is still tied directly to the value of the euro, meaning that France continues to hold massive structural leverage over local economies. It is like a prison guard unlocking the main cell door, but keeping the heavy chains securely fastened around the inmate's ankles. Then, after that, claiming the prisoner is fully free. This constant refusal to grant true financial freedom is the exact path driving a massive political awakening among the local population. When journalists directly asked Macron about the powerful anti-franc sentiment exploding across the continent, his response completely shocked international observers. The French president boldly claimed that he does not see any real rejection of France among regular African youth, stating that he walks around cities and attends music concerts without ever experiencing anger. He went on to argue that the entire anti-colonial movement is just a fake narrative manufactured on social media by paid online activists and foreign powers like Russia. This statement is a total attempt to downplay and erase the massive historic street protests that have shut down major cities across the entire Sahel region. Instead of looking in the mirror and addressing decades of military occupations and unfair resource treaties, Paris is choosing to blame external actors. Paris is choosing to blame external actors for a homegrown revolution. By dismissing the genuine rage of the streets, the old colonial power is trying to pass the buck to local political structures. Macron declared that everything has been put on the table and that this is the time. It is now up to West African nations to completely change the name of the currency if they truly want to. He is actively trying to scrub his hands clean of the historical record by making it look like France did its part and that the ball is now entirely in Africans' court. This strategy is like a massive corporate public relations shield designed to protect European influence while making local population look disorganized. But a new generation of political conscious African citizens is completely refusing to buy into this narrative. They see that global financial networks still allow rich elites to move massive amounts of wealth into tax havens in Europe and Dubai, draining the continent of the very capital it needs to grow. This growing economic defiance has naturally translated into an absolute rejection of foreign armies occupying foreign and sovereign African soil. The diplomatic tension became even more intense when media networks questioned the total collapse of Western military strategy in nations like Mali. Macron openly criticized the independent leadership of the Sahel for telling French troops to pack up and leave, claiming that Western soldiers make massive sacrifices to fight regional terrorism for 10 consecutive years. This complaint has caused deep frustration across the region because local communities feel that a decade of foreign military presence only made the security situation much worse. The bold new leadership of the Sahel has laid down an unshakable boundary, proving that they are ready to defend their own borders without outside interference. They are telling foreign powers that they will no longer allow outside armies to use local land as a geopolitical battleground. The unstoppable wave of change moving across West Africa proves that the old days of external dictation are officially coming to an end. The future of Africa's wealth and security will never be decided at a summit in Paris or by a speech from a foreign president. It is being written and rewritten right now by the independent actions of regular people who are taking complete charge of their own destiny, currencies, and land. Thank you for trusting the Global Observer to deliver the unfiltered truth behind the major headlines with high quality energy and zero bias. Do you think West African nations should completely discard the old currency system and build an independent regional economy? The question is to you. How should the global community respond to this bold shift toward total African self-reliance? Another question. Let us know how you feel. Let us also know your knowledge in the comment section below. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Share it. It is an urgent analysis that should go across entire digital network, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a frontline broadcast.